It's been a little over a year since I started using these Bose QuietComfort 2, and usually when I review something over a long period of time, it's the hardware that starts to show some wear and tear. But in this case, I think the software is glitchy. Hi everybody, foXnoMad here, and today I want to help you travel smarter by reviewing the Bose QuietComfort 2, road tested after 14 months of continuous use and travel. But first, if you're not already, make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, and let's get started. This is a very interesting time to look at the QC2 because Bose just released an upgraded version, the QC Ultra. I'll link to my review of those earbuds in the comments below, and those have the same hardware but different internals. The Bose Ultra have taken the place of the QC2 in Bose's wireless earbud lineup, which means a price drop for these QC2. They have nearly the same hardware, at least on the outside. They look almost identical. These QC2 are 30% less than the Ultra, but how well do they hold up? Starting with the hardware, the Bose QC2 matte black case has been much more durable and scratch resistant than I was expecting. I don't treat my earbud cases very kindly. I throw them in and out of my backpack and pocket with chargers, phones, and without much regard to getting it scratched up. But if you look around the edges of the case, there is some scratching and a little bit of wear, but at a closer look, it really just fades into the color of the case. To me, it doesn't look like an earbud case that's been used for 14 months. The indicator lights work properly, the button on the back is snappy, and the top of the case, although it's never been quite firm, still opens and closes smoothly. If I'm to nitpick, the hinge is a little bit looser now and it moves ever so slightly from side to side, but let me be clear, it's barely perceptible and it's only a noticeable change from brand new to somebody who's been using these earbuds for a very long time. All of that is normal wear and tear for earbuds that have been used for 14 months, and the case still gets me about 16.5 hours of battery life, additional to the 6 hours of battery life of the earbuds. I have noticed though, when the earbuds themselves are under 10% of charge, when they quick charge up, the case gets really hot. In fact, so hot sometimes I've had to take it out of my pocket. It gets quite warm, and I thought, these were broken when I first got them and it was doing that, but it does that pretty consistently every time, so it's nothing new, but it's just something to be aware of. The earbuds themselves are in good physical shape. They don't get the same exposure and contact with surfaces the case does, so it's not surprising there aren't any noticeable scratches or wear. The ear tips and rubber stability bands around the earbuds are the originals and look and work like the way they did on day one. I find that these earbuds also fit a little bit better now than they did when they were brand new, and I think that has something to do with the sort of the wear and tear on this rubber. It's sort of broken in very well, so it fits very comfortably in my ear canal, and I can wear them for about 4 to 5 hours before fatigue starts to set in. Usually that fatigue is where the earbuds make contact with my ear canal, and 4 to 5 hours is ideal because that's when the batteries start running out on these things, so I usually use that as an opportunity to rest my ears and to charge the earbuds. The battery life of the earbuds, though, is still solid, even with noise cancellation on, and they get between 5, sometimes up to 6 hours, I think, depending on the ambient temperature and the conditions, but it is still very good battery life, close to the original specs when these were brand new. When things are working well, the sound out of these earbuds is still some of my favorite in any I've tested, and the active noise cancellation is incredible. Comparing these earbuds to the Ultra, they aren't quite as crisp when it comes to the sound, and the ANC isn't quite as good as the Ultra. The Ultra are better, but that's compared to the Ultra. I think if you remove the Ultra from the equation, the QC2 still have the best ANC and the best sound quality you can get from premium wireless earbuds in this price range. I've seen some complaints about white noise when ANC is active, but all ANC tends to have a very slight hum from the anti-sound waves that they create, and in the QC2, it's not very perceptible, more than the over-ear QuietComfort, but not a lot by any means. I mention it because it's something a lot of people seem bothered by, although it isn't something I've noticed myself. And if this is where my road-tested review ended, I would be really happy with the QC2. I could tell you it has great sound quality, which it does. It has great active noise cancellation, which it does. And it still has great battery life. But like I said, that's when things are working well, and well, lately, they haven't been. There are a few weird things that have been happening over the past few months I was hoping would be corrected by a firmware update, but so far have been inconsistently persistent. The first issue is at times one earbud will activate ANC while the other one won't, even when I toggle through the various sound modes with long presses. The touch controls, by the way, are still working well, but when the earbuds refuse to turn ANC on, I've had to put them back in the case and reset them. That's a process that takes a minute and a few tries on occasion, which takes away from the overall user experience. Another issue that's come up is the earbuds don't seem quite in sync. And what I mean by that is sometimes the ANC on the left side will dip out for just a split second and not on the right, or the ANC on the right will dip down just a second. It'll turn down a little bit, whereas it won't on the left. So it creates this kind of disconnect. You can hear it. You can hear it sort of clicking back into place. And it's, like I said, a very quick thing. It's very quick. It's a split second, but it is something that I've noticed has been happening lately. The communication disconnect between the earbuds goes even further, sometimes where the battery life indicator in the Bose Music app will show them with different charge levels. Again, a reset of the case and things usually return to normal. Based on these issues that I've been experiencing, I'm inclined to believe these are firmware issues and not hardware issues, which normally is kind of a good thing because that means a firmware update could fix these things. However, Bose hasn't updated these earbuds since February of 2023. It may be the Bluetooth connections don't play quite nicely between iOS 17 and these earbuds, because that's when I started noticing issues like 3 months ago. Although even when I have the earbuds in and they're not playing, sometimes I get little weird issues, but mostly when I'm connected to my iPhone, I've started to notice these things crop up. So maybe it's something with an iOS update that's not jiving well with Bluetooth is the only thing I can sort of think of. But again, as I'm saying this now, it doesn't totally make sense. Again, I still think it's something that's related to firmware, but I can't really be sure. I don't think it's a hardware thing because aside from some, normal jostling around in my backpack or in my pocket, these earbuds haven't really had any physical trauma. And these issues only happen about 10% of the time, so I'm still mostly happy with the QC2. It's just sort of this weird small percentage of time where I start to notice issues, and that makes me wonder where these earbuds are going. Like, are these things going to get fixed with the firmware update? Are these hardware issues? I'm not really sure, and only time will tell. But so far, it leaves me with a little bit of a question mark. So where does this leave you? Now, if you're looking at the QC2, I still think they make a great pair of wireless earbuds. They've got excellent sound quality. They've got great ANC. They've got decent battery life. And overall, when they're working well, these are really good earbuds. I think if you're shopping for the QC2 and your budget can swing it, you should probably look at the QuietComfort Ultra. Bose made some nice updates to the sound quality and the ANC and thrown in immersive audio, which to me is a feature that's worthy of an upgrade over the QC2. Now, the QC2 are priced about 30% less than the Bose Ultra, so that is an advantage to the QC2. But like I said, if your budget can swing it, you're probably better off going with the Ultra. The decision here comes down to two major areas: budget and faith. If you have the budget for them, I think the Bose Ultra make an amazing pair of wireless earbuds. I'll leave a link to my review down in the description, which explains why the sound quality, the active noise cancellation, but especially the immersive audio is a worthy upgrade over the QC2. But the second part of your decision comes down to faith. Will the QC2 that you get start showing issues after 12, 14 months? Will you have that 10% of problems? Maybe you'll have problems 20% of the time or 5% of the time. It's really just up to faith. You really don't know, just based on what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing myself with these QC2. I do road tested reviews because how companies make products in the past is typically a good indicator of how they'll make them in the future. So whether you go QC Ultra or you go QC2, you're going to have faith that you're not going to have problems 10% of the time. That's my road tested review of the QC2 Ultra earbuds. Let me know if you have any questions. If you've used these earbuds, I would love to hear from you. Let me know down in the comments. Have you had issues? What kind of things have you experienced? Have you had no issues? Like I said, let me know down in the comments. And while you're down there, hit the like and subscribe buttons. I'll have new videos for you every week, and I'll see you in the next video.